Hi everyone, it's Lexi with the Griggs County Public Library, and we're going to talk about monkeys today. So, one of my favorite animals that I like to talk about is monkeys, and I always thought that Curious George was a monkey, but he's not. Curious George is actually an ape. They're all primates, but there's a difference between apes and monkeys. So the differences are apes do not have tails and monkeys do. Most apes walk on 2 feet, whereas monkeys usually are smaller and walk on all 4 legs. And the other thing about monkeys and apes, they both are smart, but apes are very smart and they'll use tools for creating homes and for their food. Whereas monkeys, they just kind of get what they can with their hands. So another thing is that with apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and gibbons are all apes. Do you know what else is an ape? Humans. We're all part of the primate family. Here's some different monkeys. There's all different kinds. So they're much smaller than our apes, like gorillas and chimpanzees. We've got the vervet monkey. He's really little. And tamarins. And then you've got a really big monkey. He's the biggest monkey of them all, a mandrill. So some of the fun things that monkeys like to do is they live in groups and they're very social creatures. So they like to play. Monkeys like to play with each other. And monkeys in groups are called missions or cartloads or troops. So they also like to play and cuddle with each other. They're very emotional animals. So we think that most monkeys like to eat bananas, but that's not necessarily true. Most monkeys actually, their diet consists of bugs and insects. All sorts of those tiny little critters. And a lot of them they eat when they're grooming each other. So they groom each other to not only stay clean, but also as a way to show that they like each other. But other things that monkeys like to eat are fruits and flowers, seeds and nuts, and like I said, lots of insects and spiders. So here is a vervet monkey, and this is how he gets his food. He climbs along a branch and he reaches out and grabs the leaves. But then that's maybe not the best place to stop and chow down. So instead, he stuffs his leaves into pouches in his cheeks, kind of like a squirrel, and he moves on to a safe place, usually back at home, to eat his food. This is a langur monkey, and he loves to eat flower petals. He eats lots and lots of flowers. So here are more of those vervet monkeys. They are really funny monkeys. They play and play all day long. And sometimes they go a couple days without eating because they get so wrapped up in playing together. They also live in very large groups. Lots of them live all together. Because they're so small, this allows them to protect each other and look bigger when they're all on a big pile together. So they sleep in holes in trees usually. So then they're up off the ground away from their predators. And usually their food they look for in the treetops. So fruits and flowers, leaves, and then of course, insects. Sometimes we found vervet monkeys in troops of over 100 members. And they're usually all family members. That's a lot of sisters and brothers. So I would like to show you guys how to make a monkey. And he can hang out on your pencil. Okay, so what you're gonna need is 3 pipe cleaners, a marker. I have a little piece of yellow pipe cleaner as well. 2 little pieces of brown paper. And I'm going to use a wooden bead, but you can use pony beads or whatever you have around your house. And you can use tape or glue, but I'm going to use glue dots. Okay, so I'll show you our final project again here. He's just hanging out on a pencil. So we're going to take our 3 pipe cleaners and we're going to start by twisting them together in the middle. Twist them all around, and this is going to be the body of our monkey. So the next thing we're going to make is our tail, because we're making a monkey, remember, not an ape. So we're going to take the middle pipe cleaner on the bottom, and we'll just fold it in half and twist it together. Let me see. And we'll give it a little curve up. So there's our monkey tail. Now we better give this guy some feet. So we're going to fold it up in half again and twist it together, but then give him a little bend at the bottom for his feet. And do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to fold it up and twist it together. So it's all twisted together, and then just bend it up. Okay, so we have our body, we have our tail, and our feet. Now we better work on our upper body here. So you need to decide how long you want your body of your monkey, and that looks pretty good. So we're going to do the same thing for the arms that we did for the feet. So we're just going to fold the arm in half and twist it together and bend his little hand out. See? Let's do the same on the other side. Fold it in half, twist it together, and then bend it in. So now we got 2 little hands. So now we are going to take our wooden bead, and I'm just going to slip it over the top of this pipe cleaner, and I'm going to fold it around down the back. You won't see it hardly at all, but pull it down kind of tight and just twist the end around your body to make his body a little thicker. Okay? So there we have our monkey's body, but now we got to give him a face. So using your marker, I'm just going to give him a little bit of a face here. 2 little eyes, a little nose, and I'm going to make a happy monkey. He's going to have a big smile. So now you'll need either your glue dots, your glue, or your tape. And we're going to glue those little pieces of paper for his ears on. So I put his little tapes on here. And I'm just gonna stick his ears right to those glue dots. And then kind of bend them up so they're sticking up. So I'll stick his ear on to the sticky part and then just bend it up. Well, our monkey's almost complete, but I think he needs one more thing. Our monkey likes bananas. So let's give him a banana. There you go. And now you can just put him on a pencil. We use his free hand here and wrap it around a pencil and then just wrap around one of his legs. And our monkey can hang out on our pencil. So again, let's talk about those differences between monkeys and apes. So we're all primates. This guy here, he's a gorilla and he's an ape. But down here, we have an eye, and these are lemurs. Lemurs and eyes are part of the primate family that apes and monkeys belong to, but they're prosimians. So in the primate family, you have your monkeys, you have apes, and then you have prosimians. So we go from lemurs all the way up to gorillas. And they're all part of the same animal family. Here we have tamarins. They're golden lion tamarins. And they're called that because they have almost a mane around their head. And we're trying to get more of these types of monkeys, along with lots of others, back out into the wild. Because so many buildings have gone up, we're losing a lot of our forests where they live. So in India, they're working on getting more of these guys out into the wild. They like to live in really, really big trees because they like to climb. Around the world, so that was just one type of monkey that lives in India. And around the world, there's 260 species of monkeys in the world. Most of them like to live in trees, except for a few, like baboons. Baboons, they prefer to live in the ground, on the ground. The largest monkey is a mandrill. So here's some interesting facts about a mandrill. Mandrills, their males can weigh 42 to 82 pounds. And they'll be anywhere from 2.5 to 3.1 feet from head to their end. And so here's a mandrill. They're also one of the most colorful monkeys. So they've got red and white and blue on their face, different shades of brown and black on their bodies. And then on their bottom is blue and sometimes a little bit red. So they're the biggest monkey in the world. The smallest monkey is just a little tiny guy. So imagine a little tiny monkey sitting on your hand. He would only be about this big. It's a pygmy marmoset. And they only weigh 3.5 ounces when they're fully grown. And they're only 5.5 inches in length. Look at how cute this little guy is. So here we have the smallest to the biggest. 3.5 ounces all the way up to 82 pounds. That's a big difference. So where do monkeys live? Monkeys live all around the world. They're not native to North America in the United States, but we have a lot of monkeys in captivity. So they live natively anywhere from -60 degrees with all the way up to 100 degrees in the rainforest. They live all over the place. They do prefer to live in the subtropical areas. So they like to live in those jungles. But some monkeys, Japanese macaques, they're known as snow monkeys. And they actually live in the subarctic, where it gets all the way down to -60. And they will jump in the water that comes off the volcanoes. There's volcano hot springs up there. And it works to help warm them up, but they also use it as a socialization tool. So they'll just jump on in and warm up. So the other thing that I want to tell you guys about monkeys is there's actually more monkeys in captivity at this time than there are monkeys out in the wild. So because so many of the forests are getting torn down, we have more monkeys who are living in captivity in zoos or circuses or as pets, or even in rehabilitation centers than living in the wild. So a lot of rehabilitation centers are working to try to correct this and get more monkeys out in the wild. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all the information I gave you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoyed our craft of making our monkey for our pencils. And thank you again for just joining us.